Evening.
Let's go, Doyle. Come on, boy.
It's a little aggressive.
God, I'm ready
Let's
for a
fucking
fight.
go, boys.
I'm ready for a fight.
Diesel, what episode are we on right now? 5, 6, 4?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's fucking go, buddy. Number 5.
5-time. We had to bring in the 5-time Super Bowl champion himself. We're here live with Pick Flair, local legend.
Local kid.
Let's fucking go, boys. Let's fucking go. Thanks for
How you
having
doing,
me.
fellas?
Doyle
Thursday
almost
night?
accidentally declared a thumb war. I hope everyone else heard that. The way he aggressively said 1, 2, 3, 4, I was hoping that 5 was coming and we were gonna go at it.
This kid he's rare fact about Crow. He's undefeated in thumb wars.
Never lost.
He's never
Never
lost.
Never will.
You know? But what's good, boys? We got some Thursday night football tonight. We got Pick Flair on the show. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. I got a high noon.
This is going to be rowdy.
8:04. Oh, shit. I didn't post.
Oh, I got to...
my normal post.
We got fantasy lineup set or what, fellas? We good
Check
to go?
your lineups.
It's 8:04. If your lineup's not set right now, you're setting yourself up for failure like a loser.
Don't be a loser.
You're panicking about making sure I have something, I'm supposed to be some
I'm low-key
specialist.
checking my own lineup right now, not going to lie.
Bro, I just was like, did I make my pick? I did. All right,
gentlemen. I would like to start off this podcast here, this episode, with...
Hold on.
Britton and I... Oh, Diesel's not ready. Hold on. Diesel's not ready.
All right, I'm hydrated right now. All right,
Okay.
Yeah,
He just need to get hydrated real quick. But all right, I'd like to get right back into the New England Patriots. That's how I want to start it up. So we got Pick Flair
here we go.
You know, Patriots sitting at 1-2. Lot going on in this week. Pick Flair, what are your overall thoughts on the Patriots season so far?
They're who we thought they were. That's my thoughts. I think that, in all honesty, I'm really just par for the course for what I thought this year was going to be, though. I mean, we beat the Steelers, who are fighting, to be the last place and least crowd favoritism right now. I know that they call it a win, but without T.J. Watt, they're nothing. We are whack. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I think we're going to continue to get worse. The whole Mac Jones things makes it even more terrible. We'll see what happens, and hopefully, if that really does go super south, Bailey Zappi can come in here and take the nation by storm. Storm. That's the last hope we have as fans.
Unfortunately, it's going to be Brian Hoyer, the Destroyer. That's who's going to be running out of Lambeau Field this Sunday, leading the New England Patriots.
So if it's him long term, we're gonna end up being like the Bengals with Dalton for 5 years, and we're just gonna be in absolute misery.
Yeah. Hey, quick little thing to the people in here. I see a couple of people in here streaming. First of all, I want to give them a quick shout out. Thank you. And also, can you give the boys that little thumbs up right there? Just one little click right there. It's right there. You know what I mean? You're here. Just a little thumbs up right there, and that's it. Back to the program.
Please.
So, all right. Hey, Diesel. So we got Johnny's thoughts. John, is that a football you got?
Football and a glass of booze at the same time.
Football and a glass of booze. This guy, listen, if everything starts with preparation, and if he's not prepared over there, then I don't know what preparation looks like. Because look at this. He's unscrewing. I thought that was a football. What the hell is that thing? Oh, he's ripping tequila, isn't he?
Everything's a football if you use it the right way. Jerry Rice said that. Jerry Rice said that.
Now you gotta sell me on that football. If I'm in the store and I'm seeing that, you gotta sell me on that.
That's all he had to do.
To be honest with you, why wouldn't you want a football that you could throw across the room, have a friend of yours open, take a sip of, toss right back to you, and you take a sip of the same thing? Yeah. It's not like we're not worried about diseases or anything here, right? You know what I mean? Fuck that. We toss this thing around because alcohol kills parasites. That's a proven fact.
All right, Mr. Diesel.
Yeah.
We've got some updates on the Mac Jones injury. he's obviously out this week, right? But what are your thoughts here heading into the what's your thoughts on the Patriots? We've had a couple days to cool down here.
Still fired up, buddy. It looks like we're going with Axel Hoyer. Not looking good. I'm pretty sure Axel doesn't even have a winning record, and I don't even know the last time he won a football game.
It's been a long time.
I've been seeing reports. I'm trying to stay positive that Mac Jones has been in the game plan. I don't think he was practicing, but
he attended practice today. I just heard that. I just heard that a couple minutes ago. That's kind of wild.
He's day to day. Coach Bill Belichick says he's day to day. Okay.
I'm the orthopedic surgeon here. That's it.
Such an asshole, but I love it.
So
it's getting kind of ridiculous.
All right, hey, no one wants to sulk about the Patriots any longer, right? Because we have a lit Thursday night game tonight, and I want to get into this. Maybe the boys can make a prediction here before kickoff, and there's a lot going on in this game in general that I'd like to talk about. So we got Dolphins heading to Cincinnati to kick off against the Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
First off, Bengals get bonus points with those unis tonight, buddy. Those unis are unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like the first order of business, no matter what. These
right away
are contending immediately for the best uniforms in NFL history, and that's a fact.
That is the most fire uniform I've seen in a while in the NFL.
Absolutely. Yeah. Completely agree.
The all whites, but Joe Burrow will play in a trash bag. He doesn't care about those fucking uniforms. You kidding me? That guy will play in a trash bag. It don't matter. So, all right, who wants to kick this one? Honestly, we're gonna put our guest here on the hot seat.
Going.
So,
Johnny, Dolphins at Bengals. What's the prediction?
Listen, I'm real confused by the line over here. They're giving the Dolphins 4 points. I'm going to go even crazier and just say that the Dolphins keep the train rolling and beat the Bengals and Cincy tonight outright. And I do have the Dolphins +4 because no matter what, I think this is going to be a shootout. I think there's going to be a lot of passing, a lot of touchdowns to receivers. And, you look at this game from Waddle squared up against Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in the past. And it's the game of the century for the college level right now. So much offense. I think it was an 86-point game, something like that. 41-46, I think it might have been. So many studs that are going to be in this game additionally to those two, and Tyreek Hill, Joe Mixon, T. Higgins. It's going to be a high-scoring game. That's just the way that I'm looking at it. And I think the Dolphins are really going to surprise a lot of us with how far they can take this stretch into the regular season.
They've been doing it all year, really. I mean, I just pulled that game up right here. It looks like Joe Burrow went 31 for 39, 393 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Tua went 21 for 40, 418 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Wow, and then the running backs went off. Najee Harris, he had 40 rush attempts, 128 yards, and a touchdown.
I was different in college.
Couple games worth of carries right there, huh?
That's honestly a lot for Najee to only have 128, if we're being real. Like, I think you give Najee at Alabama 40 carries, you're usually seeing like a 240 number or something like that. He was different.
So I'm actually looking here too. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, dude, he had 20 carries, 103 yards, and 3 touchdowns that game.
Holy shit.
And then receiving, Devontae Smith, 7 receptions, 213 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase.
Waddle have?
Let's see. Waddle. What was he on, Alabama?
Yeah, he was on Alabama.
Oh, he had a quiet night. He had 3 receptions, 22 yards.
I think it was the under. I think he was like a freshman. I think he was freshman or sophomore.
Okay. Yeah, Devontae Smith was the guy receiving for Alabama. I mean, over 200 yards.
Stupid.
And then Jamar Chase, 6 receptions, 140 yards, and a touchdown. And then they spread the ball pretty well in that game. Other than that,
I think
Jefferson still in the same. Go ahead, buddy.
No, Jefferson was on the team. Yeah, him and Jamar Chase. How about that duo?
Yep.
Must be nice throwing to those guys.
Yep. I mean, they won the game, and LSU won 46-41 that night. But that's right. So
and tight end was Thaddeus Moss.
yep. So where Johnny's getting at with that is we got the rematch here live tonight on Thursday Night Football. Let's hope it's half of what a game it was that night in college, and friggin' we'll be in for a treat watching that.
Bet the over.
Bet the over, Johnny says.
Big time. I'm all
I
about
don't
the over.
gamble, but like if
Did
I
you
was a
take any
gambler, I'd
prop
bet the
bets,
over.
Doyle?
Doyle? I'd probably take Jamar Chase 2+ touchdowns tonight.
Did you end up grabbing any that you were looking at earlier?
No, I stayed away. I was being good.
That's
All right,
the man.
so
Good
hey,
on the downside.
we didn't pick who we think's gonna win this game.
Dolphins. I went and then we
Go
need
ahead,
Doyle.
Dolphins.
We need Doyle and you now.
Doyle, you're up.
I'm going with the Bengals, baby. You can't lose in those powder white unis. Come on.
I think so. I also think that the Bengals tonight. I think they're due for a big win. I think tonight they make a statement, and I think they beat the
I think
Dolphins.
it's a must-win game for the Bengals. Don't get me wrong. I think they really need a win here this week after how the way they started. But I don't know. I'm really liking this Dolphins offense. We'll see, boys.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this
Okay.
Be a good shootout.
The stadium
Big
whited
shootout
out
tonight.
too. Oh, this is gonna be tough. The
It's gonna
stadium
be a good
whited
game.
out with the jerseys. It's gonna be a great game.
And then we'll be on here live while the game's going on. So hopefully we can, have some breaking news here. Touchdown for the fantasy owners, right?
Tua looks non-bothered. He's smiling. He's having a good time on the sidelines.
Mini
See
me.
what Shiesty looks like.
Miami could be, it could be for real. It's a big test for them tonight. So, do you guys want to get into the fluke or for real segment, or should we go into the weekly matchups first? How are we feeling?
Feeling some fluker for real right here, buddy. This is a little new segment for us, and I'm
Okay.
digging this.
Yep. So we got a new little segment here we're gonna bring to the show, and it's called Fluke or For Real, and we're gonna go over pretty much how it sounds. So let's get right into it, and we're gonna start with the Thursday night game here. Actually, I didn't even pick my. Oh no, I did. Bengals. Sorry. So we're gonna start with this game. We'll go Dolphins. They're 3-0. They've beat who'd they beat? They beat the Patriots, obviously. Do we know who the other two wins off the top of our head were?
Yep, Buffalo
Wow.
And the Jets.
and the.
No, I'm
Jets.
sorry, not the Jets. Was it the Jets?
Well, okay, so they're 3-0. My opinion is I think they're for real after beating the Bills, and then they were at home, right? That game was in Miami.
Yeah, that was the loudest I ever heard the Miami crowd, buddy, watching that.
Yeah, they were
That
all
place
turned
was
up on
rocking.
Bitcoin over there, and they were fired up. So
They know they had a good offseason over there. You can tell that their fans know that they invested and they should see something out of it this year. So it was
Yeah.
the Ravens. That's who it was. It was the Patriots, Ravens, and Dolphins. I'm sorry, Patriots, Ravens, and Bills.
okay.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Start to the
How
season.
did we
at
forget about
3-0.
the game?
I like 'em.
How
I
did we
know,
forget
that's
about
what I'm
that
saying.
game? That
It's
Miami
killing
had that
me.
ridiculous comeback
Yeah,
versus the
I've
Ravens.
picked Miami every single week, and now it kind of hurts that I just picked the Bengals. I'm a little disappointed in
Matt
myself.
Nelson
That was a
scored a
team.
touchdown in that Ravens game and did the sickest gritty I've ever seen in my life.
You love that, huh? Yeah, I'm
Nelson,
also. Yeah,
you're Mike Gesicki.
I mean, I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
fucking.
I'd
Diesel.
love to be Mike.
The
Fucking
Diesel.
Diesel. I'm Mike Gesicki. Is that how you say it? Is that how you say it? I'm Mike
Gesicki.
Gesicki. That's basically who I am on the football field.
So you got him as for real.
I have them as for real, John.
I'm riding with him tonight. What do you think my answer is? Of course, they're
just
for real. These boys are a threat this year
Pick
because of
Flair's buying in.
mainly addition. I love the addition for this team because you already have Waddle and you have two fast running backs that can't take a big workload anymore. So get that fast guy on the outside. I can't wait for them to get the ball right now so I could just see if the first play is just a deep threat to Hill. That's the type of guy that's going to take it, man. He's going to go up and take that ball. So I think they're for real. I like the defense, the new coach. I'm
I'm
seeing
buying
good
in. The
things so
team's
far.
buying in.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking they're all right. You know what I mean? I'm thinking they're good. I think they're real good this year.
Diesel, what are you thinking? I know you're not a big Miami Dolphins guy, but come on, let me hear what you have to say, and I need you to be honest.
As much as this kills me to say that, I think the Dolphins are for real, man. That offense is impressive. The defense is solid, and they're still missing some key pieces back there. And I think everybody's bought into this coach McDaniel.
Dude, they have. Tyreek Hill said he has big balls.
It's kind of crazy. It's like the last part of what I bought into is the coach, and that's like everyone's favorite right
My
now.
God,
I'm
it's like
still
a
on
guy
the
that would
same
do your
level.
homework.
I'm
Buddy,
still right
this-
there with you guys, though. Like, I still think they're legit, even though the coach is the last thing I'm buying into. Like, I'm still there. Like, the
I'm-
team is complete finally. It
I'm
hasn't
buying
been
into the
for-
coach. I think he's, they're 3-0, and they beat some good teams. Like, how can you not buy into what they're doing right now? What do we got, Johnny?
Higgins
I
just
like-
put someone in a blender, boys.
Oh,
That's
good.
that's a big boy right there. That's a big boy.
I'm basically T. Higgins, dude. Look at me.
Watch out.
Do I look like T. Higgins, Crow? Or no?
Yes.
I look like Mike Gesicki.
You look like Hunter Barrios. I mean, fucking
Braxton Berrios.
Barrios. I went to school with a kid named Hunter Barrios.
You look like Ronald McDonald.
Oh shit.
All right, hey, next team. We're still in Fluker for real, okay? And I want to talk. This is a team I
Right to the
really.
Bengals, right? That's on the list.
Okay,
They're
let's
playing
talk
right
about the
now.
Bengals. That's actually you're right.
Yeah,
The
let's talk
Thursday
about
night
that.
game. Let's talk about them football Bengals.
Well, before our takes get messed up here, because the game they're looking pretty good right now. We can't get too jaded right now. They're looking right.
What's going on? Can you give me a quick live update?
Yeah, I need to hear a live update. You're getting me fired up.
Bengals are kind of driving. They just got the ball. They're on the Dolphins 35. Second and 8. Burrow drops back, tosses over, and that's gonna be he's about 2 yards short. So 3rd and 2. Flag thrown to Hayden Hurst though. But like
Okay.
they're looking good, man. They're moving the rock. Shiesty looks shiesty right now. That's all I'll say.
Well,
Shiesty
Diesel-
looks shiesty.
Diesel, Cincinnati Bengals standing at 1-2. Just came off. They're coming off the Super Bowl loss. We're in a new season here, but are you buying into them this year? The Bengals at 1-2. Diesel.
it's early on. I think that offense is awesome to watch. I mean, they're young. They got like 3 stud receivers. They got a good tight end. They added Hurst, and they beefed up that O-line. I know they're struggling right now, but I think this team's for real. I think they're going to start cooking. And if they get a W tonight, I mean, that's going to be taking them into the positive.
Yep.
And I think the Bengals are the real deal.
I think okay, so that's a great point, and I think the Bengals are the real. So we're all going to agree on this one. I think the Bengals are the real deal because what was it, week 1 when Burrow threw 4 or 5 interceptions or whatever it was, and they what just barely lost that game.
OT. Lost in OT, and they could have won it too.
So
Missed field goals.
So to me, like when you have a young quarterback and he gets, that rattled, like 5 interceptions is tough, man, or 4, whatever it was that day. But he just kept playing, and like that, I don't think you see that a lot out of young quarterbacks nowadays.
No.
I'm gonna push back a little bit on this though, because I think that last year what we saw from the Bengals was more fluke than for real. I think that they kind of plateaued last year. You can see it in honestly, look at Shiesty's stats, man. For someone like him who doesn't run the rock at all or do much in terms of anything other than sitting in the pocket like Brady would, he kind of hit his maximum potential last year. So I think they're still a threat. And I think if they have a great defense that emerges or something like that, then they could be a Super Bowl contender. But I don't think they're going to be in contention to win it again this year by any means, to be honest with you.
Okay. So if it was a AFC championship game, Dolphins at Bengals, who would you pick in that? Dolphins are on the road.
Right now, I'm taking the Dolphins tonight at the Bengals, so I gotta say I'm taking the Dolphins, but that's a different story towards the end of the year. We'll see.
Different
personally
team.
don't
That's
think-
why I'm buying into the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow is different from Tua, and when it comes, I think the Dolphins could have that great year, exciting year. But I also expect. I think they're going to lose in the playoffs. I don't expect them
comes
to
down to
win
the
or
Dolphins'
even make the
defense for
Super
me.
Bowl.
It just
Defense?
comes down to the Dolphins' defense for me. And it's like, to me, I know that offense is running the leagues and getting even crazier. We're seeing wide receivers that are just becoming the amount of wide receivers you grab in the first 2 rounds of a fantasy draft are just it's emerging every single year. There's more and more of these stud wide receivers. Or even T. Higgins is getting bids in the first 5. He's a number 2 guy. So passing is getting crazier, scoring is getting crazier. But I still see one consistent thing in these Super Bowl winners, and it's that they get there with a great offense and can shut down defensively. Tampa Bay Bucks shut Mahomes down with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and that pretty much won them the Super Bowl. You hold them to 0 touchdowns, or what was it, 1? Did they even have 1? I don't even remember, but all I remember is Mahomes running around the whole game. That type of football is still a winning formula, in my opinion.
You know what they say, defense wins championships, right? And sometimes it's not about the best defense, but, the guys that are playing at the end of the season and are hot, that they'll go a long ways. So let's get into the next fluke, or for real. Mr. Diesel, I want to know your opinion on the Jacksonville Jaguars this year.
Buddy, I'm liking this team a lot. I don't know what Doug Peterson.
I think he's a good coach.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Super Bowl champ, right?
Yep.
He beat a team we know, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Yep. Dude, the Jaguars are awesome to watch right now. They're young. I feel like it's like a college all-star team. It's like all these young kids, man.
Who?
Joe Mixon with a touchdown.
Uncle Joe.
Is he doing the fucking gritty?
He better do the gritty.
Close to it. Nope, no gritty. He
just opened up a new high, Nuna.
Not Tua looks pumped too, though.
So, Diesel, you're liking the new coach. What do you think about their offense? I mean, Christian Kirk, Trevor Lawrence is looking good this year, which I like to see. Number 1 pick. He didn't look great his rookie year, but that being said, that team was a mess, and football is a team game. I mean, new coach, couple free agent additions. I mean, they seem to be buying in over there at 2-1. They look like a good team to me.
Yeah, the biggest thing about the Jags right now is Trevor Lawrence is looking like that top pick right now, and now they gave him weapons, and you're seeing it. This guy's got weapons now, and he's showing it. Like he's going off. Like,
complete difference from last season.
They got like a 2-headed monster at running back. They got a top draft pick at DN, a kid from Georgia. With they already had a pretty solid defense, so Jacksonville's up to something. I'm gonna go with there for real in this one too, because they've been impressive these past couple weeks.
Doyle, that's a great point you made. I want to talk about that. Their running backs there. I did not expect Robinson to play as good as he is this year. And quick fantasy football thing. If anybody drafted him, I'm sure you got him at a pretty good value, and he's putting on, dude.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. Everybody was big on ETN, man. It looks like Robinson's RB1 right now.
I bet you there's people in drafts that probably took ETN before Robinson, right?
Big time. Everybody thought ETN, Lawrence, college teammates, buddy. They're like a 1-2 punch at Clemson.
He's going to turn in. ETN will turn up, though.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on ETN at all.
He'll get it. He'll get his games.
No, we're seeing running back committees be more of a thing nowadays.
Gonna say he's Kareem Hunt, and he just has to learn how to be Kareem Hunt at a successful level, and he will get there. But it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, dude. I think if I'm a coach and a GM,
maybe Arnold.
If I'm a coach or GM, I'm going with the running back committee, because I think if you pay one of these guys the bag, and then that guy just gets fat in the offseason and he's turning up like James Harden, just partying, I don't know. Especially you get the fucking shit kicked out of you as a running back, right? You can't rely on one guy at running back, and if he happens to get hurt, and you're just fucking, I don't know. I'm not into paying the running back.
Hilliard outscoring Derrick Henry this year so far in fantasy football.
That's absurd. I didn't even know that.
Committees are everywhere, man. Committees are everywhere, and they should be. And it's why this year I really targeted the top receivers instead. I mean, if I had to go running back, I went running back, and I'd still go for a Joe Mixon and an Austin Eckler and all of these players, because they're proven talent, even for teams that will run a Samaje P around 5 or 6 times a game. They're not in threat of getting their job taken, but in Ezekiel Elliott, taking a receiver.
Okay.
Shake my head. Ohio State native.
So
I love Zeke, man, but he's just...
He had his years, man, but got too many miles on him right now, and I think
Yeah.
his time's running out.
Like, it's kind of crazy that he's even still getting touches with how good Pollard looks every time he touches
Oh,
the
it's
ball.
unbelievable. I think Pollard should be RB1. As much as I love Zeke.
Shout out to our boy Rob Time, who does all the back end work over here at Flip the Bird Media. He was high on Pollard at the beginning of the season, so I got to give him credit for that. So John, did you say if you were in or out on the Jaguars?
I am in on the Jaguars.
Luka
but
for real,
I've
he is
always been out of the Doug Peterson stuff. I don't think
Oh.
it's as much him, and I think that they're gonna probably get rid of him in a couple years and grab someone else, man, because they're good right now. But I'm not as in as someone who thinks that they're gonna jump to like some playoff contending team and somehow make it.
Looking at
I don't know,
it's
man.
like,
I
buddy,
think
they
that they're
were
gonna have a good
trash
season.
last year.
They were bad last year.
Yeah,
Mac
man.
Jones looked good against them. Dude, that's that quarterback.
They were terrible. That's a fact, and I think that was really.
Urban Meyer was just
Urban
getting
Meyer.
ass all the time. He didn't even care.
He was hanging out with
really
us at the bars.
Honestly, if I could trade
Tebow at
places with
tight
two
end.
people, it would be Urban Meyer and Rob Gronkowski. Those are the only two people in the world I'd rather be than
How
me.
can you ever trust a team that even tried out Tim Tebow at tight end, man?
I don't know what was
Can
good
you
with
ever
that.
trust that
He
team?
was
You want-
definitely at the club and just like promised Tim Tebow. He's like, all right, I got you. Can you play
Yeah.
tight end? Tim Tebow's like, yeah, I
I'm
can.
never gonna be one of those fans that'll burn a jersey if a player that leaves or anything like
That's
that.
kinda
but I'd
weird.
buy
Yeah, that's a little
Tim
odd.
Tebow jersey to burn it.
Oh
if I
wow,
was the
that's
Jacksonville Jaguars.
that's
last
crazy,
year.
John.
Because that was a very pathetic Tyreek Hill already roasting Eli Apple. Oh boys. I think he just got like a 30 pass. Let's see. They're on their own 29. Play action. Oh, bro.
All right. So hey, I want to give I want to give the next fluke or for real to Diesel. I got to give him credit for this next pick this next team we're gonna go over. The Philadelphia Eagles stand at 3-0, and Diesel before the NFL season kicked off was high on the Eagles. And if you rewatch episode 1, you'll know that because Diesel was all over.
I was all over this team, man, and they're showing it already 3-0 and pretty much beating the bag out of teams other than week 1. They got in the shootout, but dude, this team's putting up points. The defense is clicking. Darius Slay looks like a shutdown corner over there in Philly, and
Yeah, he does.
I think this team's a wagon, and the way they're looking, man, if they stay healthy, I honestly I can see them make that run to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So obviously, I'm gonna say they're no fluke over here. They're the real deal. This could be a possible Super Bowl team right here.
Johnny,
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Pick Flair, you look like you got a lot to say.
I
Come on.
fully agree, Diesel.
Pick.
I wanted to jump in every single second of what you were just saying and just be like, dude, yes. Their front seven looks fucking scary. Their rookies look scary. Darius Slay looks scary. And I'm telling you, Devontae Smith is a number 2. And I made this comparison to a friend of mine the other day who I've had on my own little like fucking things before for videos. And I'm telling you, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown look like what a prime Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley was supposed to look like, and it is fucking scary. They don't
Honestly,
need a
that's a
running back
great
to go
take.
up.
That is a
That's-
good
that's
comparison.
I've
John.
never
I like
thought of that, and that honestly is fucking
They
spot on.
are
That's a great take. dude.
Scary. They
I
are
Johnny
like
was
that,
just in
yeah.
a sports lab one night, and he was just like, he was literally just fucking locked in, dude, just fucking locked in, and he just said, "I got a crazy take. I got a crazy take." So
I'm telling
to
you, buddy,
piggyback off what you guys are
it's on
saying,
point.
yeah, to piggyback off what you guys are saying, I think Slay is an absolute stud over there at cornerback, and when you have a guy like that that can fucking shut people down the way he does, I think that's dangerous in the NFL. That's dangerous. That's more valuable than the top receiver to me because
You're gonna help out the
it's
pass
just
rush.
different. It's just different, man. When you can cover like that, it's such a game changer, dude. When you have that guy like Slay is playing right now, it makes your defense look great, right? It makes everybody else's job easier, and you know they're playing as a complete team right now at 3-0, and I'm buying into the Eagles.
Hell
Game
yeah.
changer at corner takes a game changer out of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I'd rather
Offenses
that
don't have 2
lockdown.
of them.
Let me ask you guys something real quick. Would you guys rather have, and don't think of it as like you're playing against each other. Would you guys rather have that top dog all year long at wide receiver, or would you rather have that dog that just week after week shuts your number one down? Which one would you guys rather have?
I
I'd rather have
probably,
the shut that corner, man. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead, Diesel.
yeah, honestly, I was gonna say the same thing. Lockdown corner, dude.
Because
Because
defense wins those championships.
you shut down that top guy, buddy, you're gonna have to make the twos and threes try to beat you, and
As much,
we know what happens after that.
as much as I know how much sexier it is to have that Justin Jefferson or that Cooper Cup or that Devontae Adams, I know that I've lived in New England for 20 years and we got 7 championships because of unreal defenses. And Chase Edmonds just absolutely fucking blew it, guys. Absolutely blew
Oh,
it.
Patty Ice,
Pass in his hands.
What happened?
This is
Chase
where the
Edmonds.
ball was.
Yeah,
This
let's
is
see
where
it.
the
Look at
ball
this. Look
was.
at this. You can demonstrate with your drink.
Loser.
Sucks to be a loser, Chase.
Or just fucking drop it off his fucking fingertips. What
Are
happened?
you watching this wide open in the end zone? Drops it.
Oh,
4th and 4. Now
God,
we have to
Johnny.
kick a field goal. It would have been 7-7. We would have been right on point.
So it's 7-0 Joe Mixon and the Bengals right now?
It's going to be 7-3 as long as Sanders doesn't blow this, but they're kicking it from the 4.
Okay. So,
Yeah, you got
hey,
it.
the next fluker for real, we got, oh my goodness. Honestly, I'll tell you who we got, and I'm not even going to say any fucking words. Look at this. Look at this right here, baby. Oh, Raider Nation at all times right here. I got Raider Nation in my fucking blood. I'm a Raider. I'm a fucking Raider, baby.
How much of a Raider are you? Let's hear you first, Patty Ice. Let's hear how much of a Raider are you?
Raider, dude?
You
Look
got
at
the
this
0-3
guy.
Raiders? You got the 0-3 Raiders?
No, dude, I'm not
Luke,
buying in at all
real.
this year. The
I-
Raiders are who we thought they were. Just kidding. Somebody had to be the punching bag over there, right? That division is fucking stacked. Like, somebody had to be blowing it. And, shoot, Josh McDaniels, they're like 0-3 is unacceptable with that roster right
Loser.
now. Like, dude, bad start for fucking Josh McDaniels and the Raiders. There were reports that he got called into the principal's office for what?
So,
Doyle, you saw about that. You guys saw that, right? He got called into the owner's office, and you know when you're in there hours immediately after a fat L, there were Raider fans popping champagne in the fucking stands, and they just to be a loser.
losers.
When you have a haircut like that, you think you fuck around at 0-3? Absolutely not.
I don't know what's good with that. They should just I don't have the bag to ever buy the Raiders, but like they should let me I have enough heart where like they should just let me be the ghost of Al Davis. Like I should run that. I think I should run them. They're
I
You have
just
to
think
get his haircut though.
Yeah,
You
I was
gotta get
gonna
Al
say,
Davis' haircut.
you gotta get the Davis family
Like-
haircut, or else it's
Okay, that's a good question. So, win or lose, right? Let's say that I get that job. The Raiders stink, right? Or no. Let's say I get that job, but I have to cut my hair like that forever. Win or lose, however it goes, like that's gonna have to be my haircut forever. I would do
Of
it.
course you're taking that.
I would
You
do it.
kidding me?
Yeah, I would do
Oh
it.
yeah, buddy.
How much
I would
money
do
do you have?
Yeah, buddy. Let me
I'd
put
be
a
pretty
ball
bad.
cap on if I had that.
Dude,
I would
they're
be
so bored
pretty
and
bad.
rich that they do that just to troll us. They're like, look
Yep.
how ugly I can cut my hair and still just be that much better than you
It's like-
fuckers. You're still
So-
gonna pay $18 for a hot dog while you're in a hot tub.
So what do you guys think about the 0-3 Raiders? Do you think that it's early? Do you think they can turn it around, or are they going to be a fucking fluke this year, a bunch of losers?
I'll go with this one. I'm going to say there will be a bunch of losers, and the reason why the Patriots haven't named the OC yet is because Joshy's coming home, buddy.
Oh my god!
Joshy's coming
Wow,
home.
that's a bold take. Josh McDaniels back in New England after getting
Hey.
fired.
Might
Hey,
be. Oof, that
that would be hilarious.
What do you think? Are they gonna? Their fucking roster stacked.
you
Can
know
we all
what?
agree
No,
on
here's-
that?
here's
Like,
the
what the
thing,
hell
here's the
is going on?
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think that they're a bunch of losers over there. I think if you look at the division right now, the Chargers are 1-2 or something like that, and the fucking Bengals are 2-1. I'm sorry, not the Bengals. The Broncos are 2-1, and the Chiefs are 2-1. Like, there's no clear leader. None of them are really performing at the
Good
way that we
point.
thought
Good
they were.
point.
We thought that no one else was going to compete with this division. That's what we thought.
Good
And
point.
we're showing that a lot of them who made moves in the offseason are having a tough time adjusting. I don't think they're dead. I think they're in trouble for sure.
Yeah, you
Okay.
cannot bury yourself in that division, man, because you know those teams will get hot.
Yeah, and you know what? All of them realistically have to. Like I thought the Broncos would easily be the team that would struggle the
Dude.
most, and they're sitting at 2-1, tied for first in the division right now. Even though they look, in my opinion, the
Winning
worst.
pillow fights. So winning pillow fights over there.
They look the worst. They should be at 0-3, and the Raiders should probably be at 2-1 or 1-2, and Broncos 2-1 or 1-2. And I really think Kansas City should be the undefeated team. They just really kind of blew it last week. So,
Yep.
you know, a weird division right now. I just don't think they're dead. But
NFL's been crazy, bro. This has been a crazy first 3 weeks, man. A lot of upsets. Like, I don't even know what to do in my pick'em leagues lately. I'm just gonna start going with the dog.
With them dogs.
The dogs.
done. You
All
take
right.
the points as much as you can. That's why I got Dolphins +4 tonight,
With the
baby.
fucking points, baby. Pick Flair, kid.
Pick Flair.
Dolphins
We're live here with Mr. Pick Flair. All right, so what do we got? The next fluke or for real? We got what? The Chargers? Are we on the
Yeah,
Chargers?
another division team.
Another divisional
They're
team.
1-2. Like, so
1-2.
we're talking about are they actually going to turn it around, right? That's what we're talking about. I think so, but 1-2 is not the way they wanted to start, especially against the teams that they've played so far.
No.
They're just
No.
not
Me
getting
and
it
Herbert
done,
both got our fucking ribs cracked.
Oh
Hey.
yeah, I don't know how you're gonna play like that.
I've had them cracked, I've had them broken, I've had them bruised. No matter what it is, it sucks. So I
Yep.
understand, but realistically, what I wish they did last week was play Chase Daniel. That way, the loss could have at least been something where it wasn't a huge hit to your team morale. Putting
That was
Herbert in
bad.
there to fight through that injury, man, they looked fucking bad.
And
And
Keenan Allen's just nowhere to
Bosa-
be found.
Keenan Allen was out. He was out
He's got
Hold up
again.
that
again.
fucking little fucking
Joey
hamstring.
Bosa is now
Still
going to be out
bothering
until
them.
like week 10. So they lost 3 of their leaders, and one of them tried to play through it where I
4.
think he should have just ate it. Yeah, that's right. You're
They
right.
lost their tackle too. Starting stud
They lost
tackle
Sewell.
Slater.
Yep.
I'm out on the Chargers this year.
Yeah, that I'm gonna be this as much as I thought that team did a hell of a job in the offseason. They're banged up. They lost some key guys for the season, and I'm out. I think they're gonna be a fluke this year.
Don't sleep on my boy Josh Palmer, boys.
I mean, hey, fantasy stats will look good, but
Jake
Yeah.
Palmer.
Yeah, Jake Palmer.
Johnny, are you in or out on the Chargers?
He's fighting for them.
I'm still in on the Chargers. I'm
He's
still in
fighting.
on the Chargers. They're going to turn it around. Their defense
Johnny
is too
says,
fucking
hey,
stacked.
chill out. There's
Hey,
a lot
listen,
of football to
We
be
forget
played.
about a guy named Khalil Mack. He's going to make it happen, boys. And Derwin James is still healthy and looking like a fucking freak, dude. He looked like me back in my days wrestling in the WWE the other weekend. Fucking Christ.
All right,
We'll
hey,
be
Pick Flair,
okay.
settle down. That was years ago. Next, this is one I'm actually very interested in both you guys' opinion. I want to know about the Broncos, and let me start with this. Like, the Broncos are 2-1. This is gonna be who they are this year. I think they're gonna win games, no matter who they play, and I don't think it's ever gonna look good. But I think I don't want to say like I'm in on them because like I don't treat them as like I don't think they can win the Super Bowl per se. So I don't know. Like I don't know if I don't know if I think they're a fluke or for real. I don't even know. I'm deferring.
Go ahead, Diesel. I want yours first, buddy.
So I was a big favorite on the Broncos
They're
coming
2-1.
into this season. They're 2-1. They look like shit right now, and Russell's struggling, but brand new team for Russell, different coach, and I think this team they just need that one game to just have a big like offensive game. This team's gonna blow up. I mean, as shitty as their game's been, they're getting the W. So like that, they're a hell of a team. They just haven't played their best yet. So this team's gonna take off. I'm not giving up on the Broncos. So I think they're not a fluke to me. So they're a real deal. They'll get
Okay.
going.
Especially Jerry Judy's hurt, right? He's gonna be out for a little bit.
No,
Or
I
is he
think he's
back?
back.
I think
he's
he's
already
playing,
back.
but he's just still limited.
He's
I
not.
think
Yeah,
they're
he's
gonna
probably
bring him
He's
back
banged
in.
up. He's
It might
banged
be
up.
like
But
what Michael
if he's
Thomas
out there
used to
playing, yeah. All right. So Joni, how about you?
So I think if you look at this team from a perspective of can they win the Super Bowl or not, I'm saying yes. I'm saying that the 2016 Super Bowl winning Denver Broncos with Peyton Manning looked worse than this
Yeah.
at this point. Manning
Good
looked like
point.
shit, and Russell Wilson has
defense was-
way more left in the tank than Manning did at that point. I do think that defense was better, Diesel, 100% by
Yeah.
far. But I think that this team right here in the Broncos defense has a lot of young pieces that could make the leap this year. And Bradley
Definitely.
Chubb is looking like everyone hoped he would off the injury. Like last year, he took a little bit of time to get back.
Yeah,
But
he's
right
playing
now,
healthy now.
oh, he's playing healthy and scary ball, and I wish we got to see him playing this type of ball with Von Miller on the other side. Unfortunately, boy went to go chase a couple rings, and he might win another one.
Might get another one on his leg.
Just a
Yeah,
quick
whatever,
little thing.
man.
I picked Josh Allen. Everything's still looking excellent for me. I picked Josh Allen to be the MVP this season. And I picked the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl.
Josh Allen's playing a little bit too reckless of ball right now for
He's
me to
really
think
bad.
he's going to play the whole season. But if
God,
he can
he's gonna be
continue it,
fucking hoisting that trophy above his head, and you're
Listen.
gonna be a big loser.
I
Loser.
think the team could get there even without him, with how freaking good they are right now and how well they're playing team ball. I mean, against the Dolphins, that was a tough loss for a lot of
Yeah.
reasons.
But
They're
that's
playing really
sports. I think
fucking ball.
it's good to take some of those L's during the season. At least one of them, right? Like it's good to feel what losing feels like
punch in
during
the
a
face.
non-elimination game. I think sometimes that's necessary for a team.
It helps a lot. It
Yeah.
helps a lot for sure.
Yeah, you don't want that feeling again.
Adversity.
Yep.
Overcome adversity, man.
Okay, so we all picked. We all got our Broncos fluker for real in there. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
deferred.
We're all with this Broncos team.
I
right?
deferred, and I want to say, my co-hosts this week, they did a great job convincing me about the fucking Broncos this year. You know what? I'm for real on them. I'm for
Let's
real.
go.
I'm buying in on my
can make
co-host.
it
Let's ride.
They can make it
Now-
work, country. Let's ride.
Now
Let's
here's the
ride.
next team that I want to talk about, and I'm going to go the complete opposite way. This team, the Chicago Football Bears, are 2-1, and I think this team stinks. I think this team, for them to stand at 2-1 right now, they must be praying to, I don't even know. But listen, I cannot even stress enough how disgusted I am in the Chicago Bears and how out I am on that football team. That's it. I'm done with them.
What do you
Fluke.
think the line would be
If I
the
made it?
Bears were to play away at the 0-3 Raiders right now?
That's actually a great question. I think the Raiders would wax the Bears.
I think
Yeah.
the
Anyway.
Raiders would be favored by 7 fucking points. Everyone
Yeah.
knows the Bears aren't 2-1. They're
And I
just
would
2-1.
take the Raiders on that.
They're garbage.
Yeah, I
man.
would not like the Raiders on that. That would be like a slow game. Bears would try to kill the clock, and
Diesel, what do you think? Are you fluke or for real on the Chicago Bears at 2-1? What do you think?
I'm gonna say they're fluke. I mean, I love Fields, Ohio State guy, but the
That's your
guy's
boy, too.
he's not been throwing over 100 yards. I mean, this
They're
is
not
pathetic.
throwing the ball. Like,
They're not
I don't know
throwing the
what
ball,
they're
which
doing
is
over there.
blowing my mind. Like they got a
Yeah,
good
Darnell
receiver,
Mooney.
Darnell, baby. But yeah, I mean,
Blowing.
I don't. The Bears being 2-1 is a shock to me right now.
For them. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, the weather definitely versus the 49ers was a factor for them, and
Losers.
yeah,
Everyone gets all hype in week 3 about 2-1 versus 1-2, and by the end of the season, we realize 2-1 versus 1-2 at this point of the season
Nothing.
really don't mean
No.
dick.
Even
way
0-3,
too early.
like you mentioned.
3
Pick
and
Flair,
0 and
like
0
even 0-3.
really
I mean, it's early,
we got
dude.
an 18-game season coming up here. You know
It's
that.
early. So,
That's why we're not giving
Um,
up the fucking Patriots, baby.
wait, Pick Flair, what do you think? Are you in or out on the Bears then?
I'm out on the Bears.
He
It
said,
doesn't
"Are you
make sense what the
kidding me?"
fuck they do.
He
Go
said,
Bears.
"Moving on, I don't want to speak another
defense
word
is-
about the Chicago Bears."
Go Bears.
Losers.
You don't gotta ask me shit about
All right,
the Bears.
let's talk about some more losers, in my opinion, then. Guess what? We're on Fluke or for real, the last pick for the week. 49ers. Big old fucking football losers. I think that team is fraudulent.
Chilling.
And they're really good, but I'm
Well,
not.
I mean, they're not fraudulent. They're 1-2.
They're fraudulent. They're
They
fraudulent.
are
They're going nowhere this year, buddy. Nowhere.
Trey Lance is the only hope to really put them to that next level. Jimmy G ain't that guy. We saw that doing the Dan Orlovsky fucking dance last week.
That was
Diesel.
embarrassing.
Diesel, Pick Flair and I are out on the 49ers. What about you?
I'm not going to give up on them, man. I think they have a hell of a defense that's
they
going to
do.
keep them alive, and
They have a good.
they have weapons, man. It's up
They
to. I
do.
know, unfortunately, Jimmy G got thrown into a situation. Obviously, he loves it right now, but
Yeah, he does. He's on
it's
top of the fucking world right now.
it's up
He's
to
fucking sprinting out of the back of the end zone. He's so happy.
Happy
this
for him.
team's going to go as far as Jimmy G is going to take him because they're stacked. They're stacked on offense, and they got one of the top defenses right now. So if Jimmy
Okay.
G can just be not a bot and make a couple throws here and there and let the run game go, this team's still going to be tough to mess with. And I think they have a massive game this week. If they can beat that Rams team this week, they're gonna take the turn for the best. So
I'll tell
Okay.
you what,
I'm not giving up on
wax.
those 49ers.
I think if they beat the Rams this week, my opinion might change. But right now, I got them getting absolutely mushroom stamped by the Rams this week.
NFC Championship rematch, right?
Way I think like last week, to tell you the truth, I picked up Jimmy G and played him last week because I thought that upside was there. So I might be buying out a little bit early, but what I saw from last week was pathetic. And I needed like 2 points to win that fucking game.
Oh, what happened? And Jimmy Garoppolo didn't do it for you?
He got me like
running out the back of the end zone.
9. I needed like 11.
Loser.
I was like, dude, come on.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, listen, I'm gonna do the
this
first
week.
Who?
Trevor Lawrence, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah. I'm kind of jealous. I tried to take him in a different league because I got fucking poopy pants Russell Wilson, and that guy stinks at fantasy football.
Listen,
Russell's still riding his horse.
Don't drop Russell altogether. Keep him on your bench or something. He might turn around this year and be something serious.
No.
You never know.
No, I drafted him as the starting quarterback, John. If he turns it around, I don't even want him on my team. I'd rather grind with the guys in the free agents. I'd rather pick up week to week Hoyer the Destroyer. Fucking Gardner Minshew. Fucking, he's not playing. But week to week, I don't even care, buddy. I'm out on Russell Wilson and the Broncos. They're pissing me off.
Find out you started Brian Hoyer in a fantasy football match, buddy.
Buddy, Russell Wilson can't even, buddy, it would be a miracle for that guy to get you 20 points in fantasy football. Miracle, John. Miracle. Miracle.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, that too. Hey, listen, I'm not in on Hoyer the Destroyer. But Bailey Zappi, if he was behind center this weekend, I'd pick him up in a fucking heartbeat.
I'd probably take Zappi over Russell Wilson for the starting position right now, but you're bugging forever putting Hoyer over him. There's no chance.
That's disgusting. But I love it. See, now I know that people listen to this podcast because people are buying in on Bailey Zappi. Right, Diesel? Right, Diesel? Come on.
I'll take him over fucking Hoyer, buddy. I'll take him over.
Do we want to run back the last episode when I spent 10 minutes talking about Bailey Zappi and all the positives he brings to the football field? John, do you want to talk about that again?
Don't get him going. Don't get him going.
No, don't get me going. We're moving on for everybody's sake. Let's move on. That'll do it for our first segment of Fluker for Real, right? Now we're going to go through, quickly, we're going to go through here our weekly picks. We're going to go through, any good games. We're going to spend a minute talking about it. And all the games that stink, we're going to move forward and tell you who we think's going to win.
We don't want to talk about losers.
We don't like talking about losers over here on this podcast. So, first game here outside of the Thursday night game, which can I get a quick live update on that, Johnny?
How are we looking?
3-7 still. The Dolphins have the ball at their own 10, dropping back, 2nd and 13. Tua flings it downfield, and Mike Gesicki for the first down at their own.
He's grittying. He's grittying, Patty.
Look at come on, Mike Gesicki gave me that fucking arm workout, buddy. I'm getting diesel over here.
Kid does shake weight 2 times a day.
Big time shake weight.
League in Dynasty this week, and all I was asking for was some picks because I have Mahomes as my starter.
All right, gentlemen, here. Sunday, 1 o'clock. We got the Vikings at Saints. I'm gonna say who I think's gonna win. I think Justin Jefferson has himself a week. Fantasy owners that drafted that boy go back to celebrate week 1 celebrations. I think the Vikings win this game at the Saints, and it's because it's at 1 o'clock. Because otherwise, Kirk Cousins no chance.
It's not at 1 o'clock.
They're probably at 4. They're probably at 4.
No. It's a nice early morning game, buddy. We're playing in London, buddy. We're playing at the.
9:30
We got a little 9:30 action Sunday morning. Get your cup of Joe's ready, everybody.
You better have that cup of Joe ready, kid, because we're kicking off early in London.
We're kicking off early, baby.
Early in London. So I got the Vikings. Gentlemen, I'll let you take the floor. What do you got?
I
Andy
will.
Dalton starting this game. That's my last comment. Andy Dalton looks like he's.
And there's my answer why I am taking
Johnny,
the
what
Minnesota.
happened?
Oh
Did
no,
Eli Apple just pick him off? No way.
Oh
No,
shit!
it wasn't Eli Apple.
Oh
It wasn't
okay.
Eli
man,
Apple.
that would have been awesome. I would have been
Okay.
staring down Tyreek Hill
Hey,
all
listen,
night.
listen.
Go
Tua
ahead.
is going to get absolutely roasted in the media for this throw because he dropped back and threw a moon ball to Tyreek, and it was so short.
Oof.
Yeah, it was.
He had a Brucey play.
Oh, it was
Just threw it
terrible.
with his right hand.
It was terrible. I mean,
Chest
honestly,
pass
it was
guy too. I talk about hold on.
borderline pass interference here, but
Oh, stop it.
listen,
Vikings at Saints. Who you guys got?
I'm taking
I got Vikings.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I got Vikings. I'm a big Justin Jefferson drafter this year. I basically drafted him in 8 out of my 11 fucking fantasy.
This guy's in
football leagues.
11 fantasy football fucking
I'm
leagues.
a
What is
degenerate.
wrong with you?
How can you enjoy red zone?
That's not even a part-time job. That's a full-time job right there.
That's
And
legit,
overtime.
What you need to understand is that first off, I draft a very specific core. Devontae Smith being one of them, AJ Brown, Justin
Good pick.
Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs.
You're
And then-
irritating me.
Hey, listen, yeah, doing it. But it is tough. It is. This is my first year with 11. Last year I had 8, and that
Buddy, I'm
was
stressing out just listening to this right now.
Yeah.
I'm stressing out.
Yeah, John, you're giving me anxiety. We're gonna move on to the next game.
I also run a pick 'em league. If anyone wants to join my pick 'em league, please hit me up at
So, all right, this game honestly fucking stinks. We got the Cleveland Browns traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. What do we have here,
One time everyone
boys?
just say who they have winning, and we move on. Falcons.
Falcons.
Everybody's got Falcons on this game. I was gonna run with the Cleveland Browns, but then I said it out loud to myself. I was like, yeah, no, thank
Brisket.
you.
That's
Jacoby
see you later.
Biscuit. Jacoby
Brisket too.
Biscuits. Yeah, that's a no for me. We're gonna ride with the Falcons at home. The boys are going with the Falcons, but I'd like to spend a minute on this next game.
Ooh,
I want to know what you guys have to say about this next game. We got
Doyle,
the
I
Buffalo.
love that you're good with me on this, man.
We
love
got-
it, bro.
We
I'm so
got the
happy.
Buffalo Bills
I love this
traveling
matchup.
to Baltimore to play the Ravens.
The
Who is-
number one fantasy player right now, Lamar Jackson. He wants his money right fucking now. Hand him the money. Hand him the money when he's running out of the tunnel this weekend.
I would give him the bag.
Oh my God! Hand him the suitcase. Let him run out with the suitcase.
Would you guys pay Lamar Jackson the bag?
Oh fuck yeah, buddy! He's unbelievable.
If I was planning on having another kid, I would name my next kid Lamar Jackson right now.
He doesn't even care about the last name, gender reveal, nothing. It's gonna be
Little
Lamar
boy
Jackson.
Lamar.
Because we don't judge over here on
Just
Pretty
let
Bad
him name
Sports
him
Podcast.
himself, man. I would just let him name him himself. That
You
boy
might as well.
different. He different.
But,
I just wanna-
but we're gonna show him, Lamar Jackson clips while
I
going.
just want to say I have Lamar in both my leagues, and everybody's bitching. Oh, he's
It's like
your old.
this.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm flexing because everybody
Dude,
says,
look
"Oh, he's
at
your
me.
whole team."
Look
That's
at
why
me.
I take you early, Lamar. That's why I take you early because you're a running back
He's leading the league in fucking passing touchdowns. He's leading
and
quarterback
rushing, dude.
and
He's pretty bad.
He's leading the league in rushing. Dude,
That is
stupid.
unbelievable. That is fantasy god right there.
Listen,
Keep
the
it
only
going.
people who hate Lamar Jackson are old
It's Dakota Williams.
bums that
Loser.
Dakota Williams like, oh, I don't think Lamar is a good quarterback. Yeah, buddy, up yours.
All right, so we got the Bills at Ravens.
All right, yeah.
got the Ravens, baby. Got
Yeah.
the Ravens.
You both got the Ravens. I can
Oh,
hear
yeah,
it in your
bud.
voices.
Got the Ravens. They're back.
Liking this right now, buddy.
Oh, you both got the Ravens.
Bills are banged up, buddy. That corners are banged up.
Oh, they're
Listen,
banged
I
up.
love Kyer Elam. He's too young. He's too young.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be able to handle a Lamar Jackson on a sweep.
on a
if
read
he's
option, buddy.
rolling out,
Okay.
if you tell me that right, the
Ravens are
difference
going to be able to
between
handle. What's his name? Bill.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen. Sorry.
Josh Allen's looking
Nooners
for
are getting to me.
contact week after week. I think this is going to be the week where he puts himself in danger, to be honest with you, man. He is looking for way too
Oh, a
much
good
contact.
idea.
He needs
Nah,
to calm
buddy.
down, and I think that this is the week where he's going to put himself in danger. Kyle Williams is going to be looking for him. Marlon Humphrey, all these guys, if
Yep,
they end
think
up
all these
playing,
other
are
teams are
going to be
looking
looking
for
at
him
him.
while he's fucking teabagging him at the end of the play, buddy. I got the Bills winning this game because they're my Super Bowl pick. Josh Allen's the MVP. He's going against who looks like the MVP right now, and he's gonna fucking show him who the MVP is, and he's gonna travel to Baltimore, and he's gonna put his ball sack on the fucking defense of the Baltimore Ravens, and he's gonna. I got the Bills winning this game, pretty convincingly. I think they're gonna not win by. I'm not going to guarantee they win by multiple scores, but I think they're going to have control of the entire football game. Look
I
at
think
John.
it's-
He's taking notes. He's noting this down right now.
No, you know what? I want to see what the spread is in my pick'em league and see if you would still take him. Let's see.
The spread? What is the spread of this game?
It's
I
a
don't think-
Yahoo spread for pick'em, so it's not the same as what the spread of the actual game is.
Okay.
So
I
what
want to
it
guess
is-
it's 4.5.
Nope, the Bills are giving the Ravens 3 points at home. I feel like that's fucking stealing picking the Ravens.
I would give
to
them
be
3
honest.
points. I would
Take
give the Ravens 3 points
So
too. I
you-
think
so
the
you
Bills
got
are gonna.
Bills winning by 4
Take
Yeah.
it.
easily.
Take it.
I'd buy the hook to 2.5.
Days it.
Buy the hook to 2.5 here, and we're collecting. Shout out to our boy.
Collecting.
Shout out to our boy Dynamite. Hey,
Shout out Dynamite.
Pick Flair, one night I need you to get Dynamite as the fourth screen on this podcast. Do you think we could get him
No,
on one night?
We'll talk to fucking Joe Shiesty over there.
Will,
Dynamite.
would you accept Dynamite on the show?
Buddy, open arms. I'll accept Dynamite.
Episode would be
Collecting.
lights out. I'm gonna send him this clip.
Guys, that's a goddamn profit, bro. You can't not have him on your show. He's
Collecting.
electric.
Collecting.
All right. So
Dynamite
we
Caddy
covered that
Services,
game. The
please.
next one, this one's a little boring to me. We got the. Am I allowed to say the Redskins versus the Cowboys or no?
Whoa.
We're on YouTube, so I
did
was like,
that?
whoa,
Who put the
whoa,
Redskins in there?
whoa.
Tech
I was
guy, bro.
calling them the
Look at this.
Cleveland Guardians last week.
The goddamn Commanders, man.
I was calling them
Next.
the Cleveland Guardians. I don't even want to say who I think's gonna win this
Do you
game.
know how many people in the South are more mad that I said goddamn Commanders than anyone that says Redskins?
Goddamn
Yeah.
Commanders.
Like, did you just use the Lord's name in vain?
All right, chill out, buddy. We're on YouTube. All right, so hey, Commanders / Guardians or Cowboys? I'm going with the boys at home. They've been riding, dude. They're
Buddy,
riding their
Cooper.
fucking cow. They look like some fucking
Cooper
cowboys
Rush.
over there, buddy.
Cooper Rush coming for that job.
Can't stand the boys. Can't
The
stand them.
boys.
But I already talked about it. I already preached it. I'd be stupid if I didn't fucking stick to my word. That defense is serious, man. Even though Trayvon Diggs is sort of a fraud, that
You think he's a
defense was
fraud?
legit. I think
He just
he's more
plays out of
close than he is
position,
for
right?
real. I think
Yeah.
compared to what he was last year,
A lot
he's
of blown
more close than
coverages.
he is for real. A lot of blown coverages, a lot of balls that went his way. I've played football for a long time. I know that sometimes someone just has a season where the ball is somehow
Magnet.
That's
to
it.
the
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
and if
yeah.
you can
They're
catch the
testing him.
ball,
They're testing
and
them.
listen. This is what people of my caliber have said our whole lives. Wide receivers could play corner great. He was a wide receiver at Alabama, got moved to corner. If the ball is magnetized towards you and you're a wide receiver, you better have fucking 12 interceptions in a season, or you are never going to be considered a wide receiver ever again. Catch the damn ball. Get down and give me 10 if you don't.
Mr. Diesel, who you picking in that game?
I'm going with
boys?
Jerry's World, the Cowboys.
We're all picking Jerry's World. I think they're just a better football team, and I mean they're playing good with this backup quarterback.
Cooper Rush. Yeah, Cooper Rush 3-0,
Cooper
buddy.
Rush a fluke or for real?
So,
He's
Cooper-
undefeated. He's 2-0 as a boy. Is he a fluke?
Fuck it. Just because I love the name, he's for real. Cooper Rush. He's
I
for
think
real.
he's for real about to be the next quarterback of the Panthers.
Okay,
Oh,
all
God.
right. Honestly, I do think he's for real. I mean, dude, this guy, he's got a good team. He's managing games, so I think that's a good point, Crow. I think he's kind of showcasing himself in a way of like, obviously Dak's a guy. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's gonna take Dak's job, but like this, I mean, is he gonna take Baker Mayfield's job? Maybe.
Hey, quarterbacks don't get too many injuries before they get pushed to the back burner, right? We're seeing Carson Wentz on his last string right now after a couple injuries. Dak Prescott, with the severity of the injuries that he's had, he's right on that cusp,
I
man.
mean,
Yeah.
Jerry
good
Jones said
point.
it himself. They hit the jackpot if Rush even competes for the job, and he knows why.
Oh my God, Jerry Jones loves him, doesn't he? He
Rush.
loves Rush.
There's a lot of reasons why that
You
may be a
know,
possibility.
I mean, how could you, if this guy, like, say if this guy wins this weekend, like, and Dak wants to come back, like, dude, what do? You take out the hot hand and you put Dak in? What if Dak comes back and they
Especially
lose
like
the
where he's
next?
hurt too. That's a great point, Doyle. That's a good point, man.
What
This
do you do?
guy
I
is-
mean, what do you do? Like, this Cooper Rush is like
Trade him to
4-0.
fucking Carolina, man. You trade one of
Just
them
ship
over
him
to
to Carolina.
Ship
Let
him
him
to
rot.
Carolina. You get Baker as your backup.
You know what I would take is as your backup is get that Matt Corral kid who's injured right now, but put him as your
I
backup.
love Matt Corral, man, but something about the way that he performed in the preseason makes me a little bit uneasy.
Yeah, the Patriots are good against them.
I thought the Patriots
So-
are real good against him, but also it's just like I thought he was gonna really piss Sam Darnold out of a job and have them drop him, and that was my hope for him. I give him one more season to kind of make that happen, but if Sam Darnold stays as the backup over there, I'm kind of out on Matt Corral. You can't be behind a person like that and still be a successful quarterback in the NFL.
Okay. Let's move on to the next game here. We got the Seahawks traveling to Detroit to face off against the Lions, and our hard knock Lions.
Oh, well, great.
That being said, I don't think the Seahawks are that good. I think if they're gonna win games, I think it's gonna be at home. Lions they're playing good this year, but no Swift. I don't think. I think Swift is out. Good news for them as they have one of the best,
Back.
they have one of the best backups in the
Okay,
league.
what do
So
got
I
over
think
there?
they'll
They
be
got a
just okay.
committee, huh?
They got one of them committees over there.
Have we
So
talked about a team that doesn't have a committee tonight?
I know. Well, there's not many left nowadays because that's a game.
Tampa.
But I'm going with
Wonderful.
I'm gonna go with the Lions, fellas. I'm going with the Lions.
Yeah. I'm all Lions on this one. Seahawks
Yeah.
are gonna lose.
Hey, listen,
We're all Lions on this pick.
I'm gonna tell you though, I don't think it's that fucking simple because I think Geno Smith is surprising a lot of people. DK Metcalf is staying relevant. Rashad Penny hasn't had his breakout game. If that breakout game comes against the Lions this week, maybe they go out there and they get a dub. But
I am worried because
wouldn't
what's
pick
going
that
on
as
with
my
Montse Brown?
lock. I wouldn't pick it
Yeah,
by a lock, right?
I think Montse
No,
Brown's
definitely not a
questionable.
lock. I would never pick the Lions as a lock.
I'm
That's
on
for
the
damn
same
sure.
No,
line.
they like to blow big leads.
They like to
Swift
blow
is
fucking games
questionable.
in general.
Well, they're-
Questionable, but you know what there is cooking over there in Detroit is that Hefe, Jeff Okuda, is
Right.
showing up.
Yeah.
I know you know who he is, Diesel.
I'll fucking put my fucking finger right through this
Listen.
fucking ad. Fucking
Listen, I have said this since before he was drafted that he was going to be a big name in the NFL. I still think he absolutely will be, and you've seen it in the last 3 weeks. Boy, he shut down my boy Jefferson. I had him going for 44 points that week, and he shut him down.
Walking
dude,
out,
that
dude.
was
It
unbelievable.
reminded me who Okuda was. Did they triple team him at times? For sure, but he held it down when he was on an island. I think that defense is fucking silly, and they should win this week. But don't sleep on them Seahawks, man. Every team
They
like
get disrespected
like
every
this,
week.
They do get
listen,
disrespected.
it's like Mike Howe's fucking team in the playoffs of a flag league because if they have nothing to lose, you can always make shit happen.
Let's go.
Mike Cal QB1 for your Raiders
That's my
football
boy
team.
right there. I'd ride for Mike Howell at quarterback. Let's go.
All day. If anyone is a great comparison to Mike Howe in the NFL, it is Geno Smith too.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that
They play
comparison.
the same type of fighty ball.
Could
I
look
thought
like
he was
an
Vince- I thought he was
absolute
Minshew.
week, and then like he looks like a, you never know.
Minshew
I thought he was
always
Minshew
been the ball
Mania
guy.
with that porn stash.
He was. I don't even mean that very disrespectfully either. I think they both got that dog in them when it comes to throwing the ball. That's all.
Let's go. We got We Pull Cars live in the chat right now. Say he's
Uh-oh.
in here. He's listening,
listening.
baby.
He's probably
He's
piped
in
up.
here
Man.
listening. Let's go. So, all right, that takes us to the next. What game are we at? We're at the fucking. We're all Lions there,
we're
right?
the Superchargers. We're the Superchargers at the Texans. Trap game.
I don't think you think this is a trap game.
Trap game, but I'm feeling confident that the Chargers should pull us out. But I am
Oh,
scared.
you're not confident in it.
I'm not confident, but if I have to pick the better team, it would be the Chargers. But the Texans, dude, they're in every game.
They
They're
just
in
play-
every single-
They just play with grit. They're
Oh,
I
get rid of him.
think that Damian Pierce is that guy, bro.
yeah.
I think
That's
he is.
Don't
yep.
say that. Please don't say it. It's my guy.
He's looking at. So we all got Chargers on that one.
Charges.
Alrighty. Let's go to the next game. We got Titans traveling to Indianapolis to face off against the Colts. The
Two big
Colts.
wins. 2 big wins for each team.
What's the deal here? Are there any injuries or anything in this game? What do I not know about? Anything?
The deal here is that this is not only just a rivalry game, but like a known fiery rivalry. This game, every single time the Colts and the Titans meet up, it is a absolute bloodbath. I think that the defenses this year, both the strength points, even though we thought Matty Ice was going to come in and be firing all over the field, we're not seeing it. And you know why?
Absolutely
We're not seeing
not.
it because teams shut Jonathan Stewart down. They're starting to shoot him down, and that's it. And I think it's going to be a very close game. So I just took the team with points in my pick'em league because I just think that no matter what, it's going to come down to either a final play or a final drive, something like that. And I took the Colts for the reason that I do think they have a slightly better defense than the Titans.
Okay. Mr. Diesel?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Colts on this one, as much as this is going to be a nice close game. Who knows what Colts team will show up. I mean, that Colts team that showed up versus Kansas City last week that defense was impressive. So I'm going to go with the Colts on this one. It's going to be a tough one, but Colts should pull this one out.
Okay. You guys are both going with the Colts, huh? I think you forget that week 1, those guys literally they were they tied a football game. So I think the Titans are 1-2. They got some grit in them. Derrick Henry's been a little. He hasn't been. I think he's gonna have that game this week. Hearing Jonathan Taylor's banged up. I think he's gonna play, but I am hearing he's banged up. And without him 100%, I think this is gonna be a physical game. I think it's gonna be low scoring, and I think the Titans are gonna win. I think they're gonna go over there in Indianapolis, and they're gonna play more physical, more disciplined, and it's gonna come down to turnovers. And I think that Matt Ryan's going to shit his pants, and I think the Colts blow games. So I'm picking the Titans.
There he is.
Reason why, man? Because Mike Vrabel's a fucking savage.
Yeah,
and if they're gonna
I'm
win
all
that
in on Mike
game the
Vrabel.
way that you just said it, in that physical type of game, if they're gonna win it that way, it's because Mike Vrabel has a great game plan for them. I personally don't know if he does because they have looked kind of out of pocket the last 3 weeks. I mean, I know it's the Bills.
But I'm rooting for it.
Hey, listen, like I wouldn't hate either side, right? You got Matty Ice, a BC kid, local kid. You got Mike Vrabel, a Super Bowl
I
winning
know. Why do I
linebacker for the
hate
New
Matt
England
Ryan
Patriots.
so much? I'm just so fucking rude when I talk about
Because
him.
we pissed on him in the Super Bowl. That's
I
why.
know, but he is a
At the end of the day-
local guy, right? I should have some more respect for
I
him,
know,
but I just
BC
don't.
guy. I
just
try to
don't.
love him. But when you
I
play
just
like
don't.
dog
As a
shit-
matter of fact, Matt Ryan, if you're listening to this, I'd go as far as say I would challenge you to a boxing match. I think I'd knock you out too.
Loser.
Yeah.
I'm taking ice.
I'm
That boxing match.
Hey, Johnny.
Tyreek Hill almost
If
had
Mike
to play
if
on
Mike
that
Howell's
floor
watching this, he
flat.
better watch out for Nelson.
Let's fucking
Yeah.
go. That's my
And
boy
it
right
is
there.
going Miami's way. Let's
Our
go,
boy Howell
boys.
says that Pick Flair is actually his biological stepfather.
That honestly, it's a long story, right? Like I can't sit here and tell you guys exactly.
Especially on
how it
YouTube.
No, especially on. There's a lot of legal things going on.
We need a documentary.
Between me and his legal parents and stuff, who I love. Shout out Cash. But at the same time, I had to have some ownership over
Cash.
this kid eventually. Realistically, like I just had to because there was a lot of things
Sign
that
the
he
legal
needed help
papers.
with. Yeah,
Those are-
exactly. You know what I mean?
No, holy
It's all
shit.
good though. Shout out, Howard. I love you, buddy.
That's our
Love you so
dog right there. All right,
That's
hey,
our
let's move on to this next game, and I don't want to spend a lot of time
Hello,
on this
bye.
next game because it's not that great.
No,
but
everyone say their pick and move on. Fuck this game.
Okay.
Giants.
Giants.
I'm taking the Bears just because of Danny Dimes, and I'm done giving him any type of fucking thing. I think that somehow the Giants are gonna blow it, even though I like that ball. And let's move on.
You got to blow it with that one.
Next.
Oh,
I
my
can't believe I even did
God!
that.
This
That
is
was
a
kind of
potential
asshole.
game of the week coming up here. I didn't even know these two teams were squaring off. You got to be kidding me. We got the Jacksonville Football Jaguars traveling to Philadelphia. You know, they got some crazy fans over there. Great fan base. Eagles, undefeated, on the rise this year. Oh, my God, dude. My brain's in a fucking pretzel thinking about this game.
Listen, This game's going to be unreal. Diesel, I need to know, though, who you actually got, because I know you got some hatred for T-Law. I know you do, with an Ohio State stemming.
Do you want to knock him out?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
I'll fucking take Sunshine out, buddy. This is an awesome matchup. I love how the Jaguars are trending up on this, but I just think they're going to Philadelphia, and we know Philly's crowd by now. They're rowdy, and Philly's fucking unbelievable right now on both sides.
Peterson's coming back.
Dougie's coming home. Dougie's coming home.
He
bud.
knows all about those fans. I don't think he's afraid of them either.
He's not afraid. I hope it's a good game. I hope it's
He
a nice
knows
close
just
game.
what to expect, Diesel. I think he knows just what to expect and just what to tell his team. And I'm convincing myself right now, for the first time ever, that the Jaguars are going to travel to Philadelphia and give them their first loss of the
Wow.
season.
Wow,
And they're going to
wow.
show why they are for real. And Trevor Lawrence is going to fucking have a game. I think he's going to have his first breakout game on. I think the Jaguars have a lot more to prove in this game than the Eagles.
They win this game, buddy. They
I think
lose
they're
real
gonna.
bad.
I think they're gonna. And I think Peterson, the coach, has a huge part of why they win this game. I don't think they win with anybody else at coach. But
You know what, Nelson? I'm going to agree 100% with you, and it's also the reason why I hate Doug Peterson, because I think that
these are the games he wins.
No, it's not because he wins. It's because in big, like, deficit games like this, he comes up with crazy trick plays. He finds a way to win. Look at the way he beat the
Watch out,
goddamn
Mike Howe.
Patriots. Look at the
He
way
said,
that
"Let me
they
show you
beat
the Philly special." Like this, Johnny was calling that play in the Super Bowl.
the Philly special. You had Corey Clement scoring 60-yard passing touchdowns. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, this
Where is
dude,
that guy? Ain't even in the league anymore?
did he have another touch of the football in the NFL after he scored a 40-yard reception touchdown from fucking Nick the Big
Only-
Nick Foles?
Only had
Like
one
this-
foot in, but
I've
He-
always
honestly,
said
it
this
wasn't a
take.
touchdown. That's a fact.
I've always said this take.
Point out.
How do you get nicknamed Big Dick Nick, and the whole entire locker room is okay with that?
they must
What do you
see
mean?
something, buddy, in the showers.
That guy's a fucking Super Bowl champion.
Because he came in and after Wentz had an MVP start to a season, this dude came in, picked up the team, looked like literally maybe a hair better than Jake Plummer did for a while. And then all of a sudden when the playoffs started, he went rip shit. And he beat the fucking Patriots when Tom Brady threw from off of 500 yards.
Dude, and you got to give him credit too. It's not like he pulled one game out of his ass. He went through the fucking NFC and got to the Super Bowl and then beat
Bro,
Bill
their
Belichick and the Patriots,
defense
and put up like
was
fucking 40
insane.
points or whatever.
Their defense was
I don't want to.
insane.
Come on, enough
Yeah,
of that. I
defense
don't
was
want to
hard.
talk about that
this
anymore.
Is touchy. I'm saying
hurts.
Eagles. I'm
That
saying
actually kind of
Eagles.
hurts me, Crow.
I'm-
Like that
Get me out
hurts
of this
me.
game. Get to the
Yeah.
next game. I'm saying Eagles as much as I hate the.
Yeah, we're moving on. We're all getting
Eagles-
flashbacks.
Eagles-
We're all getting
Eagles,
flashbacks.
even though I
This is
love
bad
them,
times.
Let's go with the Eagles.
Why'd you
We're
sit
getting flashbacks. And wow, hey, I want to rally the boys to the next pick again because I'm looking at what's going to be another upset. We got the New York Jets and the MILF Hunters traveling
MILF
over
Hunters
to
back.
the Pittsburgh Poopy Pants Steelers,
MILF
who aren't
Hunters
even good. They got fucking
Wilson is
Mitchell,
back and he's gonna
Mitchell
look shit.
Trubisky over there, and I'm looking at a trap game over here. I think people are going to think the Steelers are going to win at home. You know, the Steelers aren't that bad, right? But guess what? This guy, the Jets, he's coming back. The MILF Hunter.
MILF Hunter's back, baby.
He's back. And I think that alone, the things that this guy does in the offseason, the stories that he brings to the New
Hide your
York
mother.
Jets,
Hide your
I
fucking
think
mother.
he rallies the boys.
Hide
And not
your
only that,
fucking
I think
mother.
seriously, I wouldn't let my girl, my mother, my grandmother, no one watch this game on primetime TV. You better change the channel quick because the Jets are going to win this week at Pittsburgh. And guess who's going to show up? The MILF Hunter and Elijah Moore comes alive this week.
Oh,
He
hot
comes
take
alive
right there.
this week.
like that.
Elijah Moore and the boys. He's gonna have 2 touchdowns, and when he has 2 touchdowns, I'm gonna change my fantasy football name because if Elijah Moore has 2 touchdowns this week, I'm 0-3 in my league. But if he has 2 touchdowns this week, we're going on the victory column. And guess what? I'm changing my team name to Elijah Moore and the boys. I'm all Jets
Wow.
this week. I'm all Jets this week.
Okay.
That's,
I don't think the Jets go this week just because of Zach Wilson. And to keep it simple, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love them how the MILF Hunter's back. I mean, there's gonna be probably some hot moms at the game, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Pittsburgh's gonna handle them.
You guys did. I didn't just rally you guys there. I thought that
You did
I was
fire
pretty.
me up, but I'm gonna stick with the safer bet.
I loved your speech. I did.
But it just
Honestly,
wasn't enough.
No.
All right,
No.
next game. You guys can go ahead and try to convince me that the fucking Panthers are gonna beat the Cardinals. Then go ahead.
I'm
We got
not
the
gonna
Cardinals
convince you.
traveling to Carolina to play fucking Baker Mayfield and the Panthers. I'm all in on the Cardinals. I don't think the Panthers stand a chance in this game.
Kyler Murray's gonna be running like a little infant with that ball.
Like a little baby.
A little baby, and he's just gonna toast everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Kyler
all
Murray
we're
in the
talking
NFL, like watching it, reminds me of like Slugfest 2003 when you unlock the code and your team's like the horses on fire and they're playing in the game. That kind of reminds me of watching Kyler Murray dominate in the NFL on TV.
It looks like Kyler Murray gets like star power from Mario and just fucking can't touch him. Guy's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Cardinals in this week. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm all Cards, baby.
Johnny, can you real quick? I don't even want to say another word about sports. Can you show Can you show our viewers what it's like to have some fucking hair on your chest and get rid of that glass you got?
Well, this glass. Yeah, so the reason why I have the Panthers this week, we talked about this about 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
If you have a shutdown corner, it's a game changer, right?
Like me.
So we're talking about the Cards,
Watch
right?
out, Michael Howe.
We're talking about the Arizona Cardinals without DeAndre Hopkins, with a hurt Rondale Moore who might come back, with a Hollywood Brown who finally showed up once
Hollywood
last
Brown.
week.
But he set a record. He didn't just show up. He set a Cardinals record.
Hollywood Brown fitting nice. He's back
But
with his boy
Larry
from
Fitzgerald played his whole season, his whole career there, and fucking Hollywood Brown came in and said, "Oh, you're a Cardinal? Guess what, buddy? I'm gonna set the record for most receptions in a game ever." And he had what, 100?
Yeah.
What do you have? Like, what did he seriously have? He had like.
I don't know.
Let's just recap.
Right now.
I'm not even high on Hollywood Brown, but that's impressive.
Let's recap this season. Receivers who have had boom weeks.
Okay, go ahead.
Which one has done it twice? Justin Jefferson boomed in week 1, looked like shit in week 2. Not like shit because I think he actually looked great, but Kirk Cousins looked like shit because he was shitting his leg while he was fucking trying to throw to the guy.
What was that?
Jamar Chase had a great week 1. What happened week 2? I don't even know. You know why? Because he didn't do shit. Devontae Adams, 150 fucking yards in week 1. What happened week 2? Some fucking guy, Mac Hollins, is that a fucking bagger at Hannaford?
Like, I think that guy was playing in our flag league, buddy.
I think that guy caught a pass from Mike Howe 3 weeks ago.
Mike Howe
He fucking started for the Raiders. And what ended up happening is that all of these players outscored those boom players in week 1. So do I think that Hollywood Brown booms again this week? No.
No,
and
I don't either.
What ends up happening is that the defense for the Panthers have one guy that I am super high on and have been since he was drafted in J.C. fucking Horn. He's going to shut down Hollywood Brown. I think Greg Dortch has about a week or 2 left in his fantasy production. If you can grab him and you want to ride him, go ahead. I think that it's going to be something that by week 8 is dead. But that alone and J.C. Horn shutting down Hollywood Brown is enough for me to think that the Panthers can ride CMC and DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson to a slight win. Not a blowout, but a slight win.
Loser.
Nope.
We'll see.
Baker's throwing that ball. I ain't trusting that shit.
Mr. Diesel, you're riding with the Birds, the Cardinals?
I'm riding with the Cards, kid.
Okay, the next game, I think we're going to spend a minute talking about it. So if you guys are cool looking at it, you want to save this one for last?
Yeah.
Okay. The next game, also a good one. We got the Broncos traveling to fucking Las Vegas to pop bottles against the Raiders. I think the Raiders find their first win. I think they're too much for the Broncos. I think the Broncos have won manageable football games, non-exciting football games, and they're traveling to Las Vegas to turn up. I think that it's going to be too lit over there. They're going to have Bruce Buffer fucking screaming at the top of his fucking lungs. I'm all Raiders this week. I think they win convincingly by multiple scores.
No. Not
And
in
if it
my
was
house.
Denver, I wouldn't say that, but
Not in my house,
Look
buddy.
at- come on.
The Broncos. Russell Wilson gonna be nice and cozy in the dome. Get out of here.
Go ahead. No, keep going. Don't look at me.
All right. You distracted me.
Larry just dropped a bomb over Eli Apple.
I'm gonna say the Broncos. I think the Raiders are a mess right now. And
They are.
the Broncos. I think this is the game that Russell Wilson goes off right here. He's gonna be nice and cozy in the dome, buddy. No wind, no fucking
Okay.
weather. Those
Okay.
receivers gonna take off.
Mr. Krowski, Pick
Well,
Flair.
Hey, listen, I really don't. It's one of those takes tonight that like I don't hate at all from Diesel. I think that
I know. That was convincing.
Well, here's the thing though, is that we both kind of agreed on this earlier, right? That like the Broncos still have the sauce. The one thing that we didn't agree on was that I still think the Raiders do too. So I'm gonna take the Raiders only because they are going to be the more desperate team and at home. If
That's a
they
great point.
lose, Dunzo, and I think that
Season might be. This could be an early season.
Dude, that's a great point
like,
that you
what are they-
made.
are
I
they
think that
tank?
they're
Like,
way
I mean,
more desperate than the Broncos right now, and I think that's literally why they win this game.
I think the Broncos 2-1 record right now, if they are going to rely on the fact that they've won those games the way that they have, they're in trouble. Whereas I think the Raiders could learn from these first 3 losses way more than the Broncos could win from the wins. It's going to come down to the more desperate team, and I think that right now that's the Raiders, and they're at home. If it was in Denver, different story. I just got the Raiders somehow coming out this week.
I think it
Maybe
would be a
it's why
different
they
story
just
if
typed
it was in
Denver or
Denver as
something.
well.
Hey,
Mr. Is that Diesel or Dikembe Mutombo? Because he is
Dikembe.
not buying in. This guy,
fuck out of here?
Diesel, go ahead. What do we got?
No, they're done.
He's done. He's all
0-4.
done.
They're going
We're going to the
0-4.
next fucking game.
We're moving on.
We're going to the next fucking game.
Uh-oh, hold on.
What?
Breaking news.
Two is real badly hurt.
Ooh. What
They're just gonna
happened?
say he's fine. He has a concussion. Come back in like next game.
No,
What kind of injury?
His fingers, like his spine's fucked. His fingers are like this, man. He's on his back
What the
like this.
fuck?
I'm not even trying to be a dick. That like watch the replay. It's really fucking bad. Everyone's already looking like it's bad.
That's not good.
And the Miami Dolphins season is over.
Oh,
Who's
dude,
even their
it's-
backup quarterback?
Teddy Bridgewater, he's not bad, but
Oh, dude, there's no difference in my opinion. They'll be just fine with Teddy Bridgewater.
Like the thing is, maybe he's going a little bit. No, it looks bad.
he's not coming in playing with a nub of a hand.
The hit didn't
Hey.
look bad, but
Not
the way
great.
he was lined up and the way the field looks right now is not bad for Tua. I mean, it's not good for Tua. I hope he's going to.
I hope he's
be
okay.
That's tough
Yep.
because he was
See you
putting
later.
up a battle. They're about midfield around. You hate to see
Especially
that.
when he was banged up last week and played through injury. We definitely hope that guy's all right. Let's move on to the next game, though. We got the Chiefs. This is going to be a great game. We got the Chiefs traveling to Tampa Bay to play Tommy and the boys.
All the weapons.
Is that true? Like, what's the deal? What's going on with the Bucks? Are they? What do you mean all the weapons? So is Godwin going to play?
Godwin is questionable, but I know Mike Evans is back.
Mike Evans is back.
Julio's back.
Julio, they said could have played last week, but they decided the smart decision, sit him out.
Smart move.
Yeah. Why for? Because you know Tom would have fucking force fed him the ball all game long too.
God.
So I don't think that's worth it. They probably still would have lost the game. He would have had more catches. He would have got banged up. They probably still would have lost. I don't know. I need you guys to go first because I can't. I can't pick in this one.
I'm gonna take Tompa on this. I think Tompa's
Wow,
gonna.
Doyle, that kind of surprises me.
I think Tampa's defense is unbelievable, dude. I mean, their defense almost single-handedly won that game in Green Bay when they had nobody. So on offense, so.
That's my
Almost
exact
Tampa.
reasoning. I'm going against Diesel, but I do think that defense kept up, and I think that's why, even though the Chiefs' defense has looked a little bit shaky, they haven't looked bad. They haven't looked as bad as I
No.
thought they were going to look. Last week they kept it close. So what I think this is going to be is a defensive battle, and it's going to come down to who on offense can make that final push. And because of the way that Tampa Bay's offense has started a little bit slow, I have just a tad bit more faith in the Chiefs pulling it out. They have more weapons. I think that they have more players that could boom, and a Mecole Hardman and an Isaiah Pacheco. Like Rachaad White looks like shit. I mean, I didn't expect him to be anything, to be honest with you. I think people were trying to compare him to James White for no reason. It's just
Yeah.
Patriot stands that were out there doing that. I
Yeah,
think that at
half
the
of
end of the day,
Tampa's
the Chiefs
Patriot
look good.
fans.
And that's it. Like, I'm a Bucks fan at the end of the day. That's where I
Get the
grew
fuck
up. I,
out.
I was I was a Patriots fan from 2006 forward, but I was a Bucks fan from
This
98 to
guy,
2006.
he
So,
loves telling the story.
hey, listen,
I got baby pictures in a Bucks jersey.
I'm not even a big fan of Brady winning that Super Bowl
Oh,
for the
there we
Bucks. I
go.
think it was just
He
a
was
little fluky.
crying.
All
He
right,
was
so I'm
crying.
gonna give my take on
Defense.
this game, and I'm high on Brady still at this point in his career, and the
Boys,
Buccaneers.
ugly scene at the game right now. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Every team is out there. Every player on each team is out there with their helmets off, and they're putting two on a stretcher right now. It is a very ugly scene
Holy
at the
shit,
Dolphins
really?
game. Yeah, it's bad.
That's not good. That's
No,
not
it's not
good.
good at all.
Moving on a
So
stretcher.
It's just a
Yeah.
hand? I thought you said it was a hand.
No, he said his hands kind of went like
He
numb.
slammed back. It wasn't
Oh
even that bad
shit!
of a
So he
hit.
got
What
fucking
happened?
like
He got hit.
So
He just got
he
hit.
got kind of thrown to the ground, right? So you remember, here's what my thoughts are, and like obviously I'm not an orthopedic surgeon, but at the end of the day, he got thrown to the ground. He said he was having back spasms last week. When he got thrown,
Dude, yeah,
you
his
see he
hand,
kind of
head.
contracted. He contracted, and his hands were a little bit fucked up while he was back, and he was on the ground looking like he was in severe pain from his vertebrae or something. So
Jesus,
I
that's
don't know
scary
what it
shit.
is, but it looks bad.
Yeah.
And again, the field, the way the reaction from each teams and the medical staff, it
I
definitely looks
mean,
terrible right
you
now.
see that cart come out, that's never good news. So
Okay, not good.
damn, not good for
Um,
Tua.
not good. Let's move on with the picks.
Nelson,
Hopefully Tua's good.
I need 2 minutes. Can I run back in 2 minutes? Can you guys do a separate segment for a second?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back, buddy. Sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. Diesel, we'll finish up these games and then we'll finish up the episode. We'll do we'll give our take on the Patriots. So you
Hell
and I,
yeah.
for the sake of time, we'll go over these last games, and then when Pick Flair gets back, we'll just go over the Patriots and we'll wrap this episode up.
Yeah, so we're on to the last game. It's the Monday night game, which is a hell of a matchup. NFC rematch. Rams at the 49ers. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait for this game. Sucks it's a Monday night, but it's going to be a fun one to watch. Two good defenses.
I'm done. That is cool, though.
I
It's worth the wait.
I think Stafford's not. I think Stafford's just. He hasn't been himself since the Super Bowl.
And even before that, like
Yeah,
he's been
kind
playing
of struggling
for some time now, Diesel.
Little
Like,
turnover. He's a turnover machine, and this
and
offense.
even when he's healthy, he's a turnover machine. So that's a good point you made there.
And this offense for the Rams is getting a little too Cooper Kupp happy. I mean, Cooper Kupp's doing his job, but I just think they're relying on him too much, and like Allen Robinson's not really
They are
showing
relying
up
on him a lot. Allen Robinson's not doing what everybody thought he was going to do this year, which is funny because Mr. Howie, if you're still in here, I was kind of a little down on him, and you were giving me shit about that. So, to put myself on a high horse, I will, and I'm gonna fucking love that take that I had. But Rams 49ers, I mean, the Rams, like, as much of a super team as they are or whatever, I mean, they're not, like, really, like, convincingly winning games this year. Like, they're
holes. I feel like the defense is kind of suspect, especially in the back. I know they got Ramsey, but I don't. Those other guys, man.
Diesel trading all these picks away, like, it seems to me like they might pretty soon start paying for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You know
kind of
what I mean?
already
Like,
showing. They don't look that, like,
there's
don't
got to
look
be a
dominant.
reason nobody in the NFL just trades all their picks away, right, for a Super Bowl. Like, it's great that they won one, because if they didn't, it would be an absolute disaster. But, like, they don't look like that, super team, like,
No.
paid everyone, get this guy, get that guy, get this guy, him too. Like, they don't seem like that to me this year.
Yeah, like Bobby Wagner, too. Like, I thought that was a great pickup, but, like, kind
It's
of
just
looks a step slow. The age is catching up with him. Like, just looks a step slow.
Just
And
paid him a fat bag to get Bobby Wagner over. You know what I mean? And that's what the Rams have been doing. They're paying.
Rams and buying everybody.
They're throwing away all their future draft picks just to get guys like Bobby Wagner, who this season,
team,
I don't know his stats or anything, but I'm just saying the Rams don't look like that team yet this year. Go ahead.
Hold on. First off,
yes.
before we go further, uglier scene as soon as I got back. I had to run out because I heard some
It's fucking mayhem in Cincy right now. What the fuck's going on?
No, dude, Tua is clearly very seriously hurt. Teddy Bridgewater is coming in, and I guarantee you Tua will not be back in this game the way that they just carted him off the field. So hopes up
I
for
hope
that
not.
kid.
Jesus, they shouldn't have brought him back last game. The guy fucking
They really shouldn't
fell
have.
on his.
And then you came in hot on my Rams
That's
49ers
gonna
take. So let praise up the Tua. But come at me. What the fuck you got to say, bud? Let's go.
What do you have to say?
I have not much hate for you guys. I haven't even heard it, but Nelson, I'm assuming you're taking the 49ers this week.
No, I think the Rams are gonna win. I'm just saying I'm not that high on the
49 is
Rams.
right here, baby. Come at me.
I like the split. No, you know what, Brendan, I don't even fucking hate the 49ers take. I don't, because they have the history against them, and they realistically have just good as of an offense right now, if not better, to be honest, if Kittle is going to play healthy. The problem, Teddy Bridgewater with a nice first throw. The problem that I had with what I was hearing when I came back was Bobby Wagner. You guys got to put some respect on that guy's name.
No, I love Bobby Wagner.
No, you didn't hear a whole take. You didn't hear a whole take. We were saying that, like, we were just talking about how, like, is it worth, like, how the Rams just, like, they're just throwing away all picks and they're just, like, paying all these guys. That's where we were talking about Bobby Wagner.
You know what? I don't think it. I don't think what they gave up for Wagner was a great representation of how much they're spending in terms of picks. I think that they're like Stafford and a couple other players that they've gotten over there have realistically they've spent a little bit more. Dolphins get a fucking kick blocked on 4th and 1, so it's remains 6-7. Remains 6-7, and the Dolphins, in my book, are still up 10-7.
Alrighty, well, hey, 49ers, Rams. I want to start wrapping this one up because we got the Patriots, Packers, who I know we're going to spend a minute on before we end the episode. So who do you guys think is going to win this game here for the Rams and 49ers? Because I do think it's going to be a good one, but who do we think is going to win?
I got 49ers.
Complete team. Just more complete team for the Rams, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to quarterback, Burn. That's it. I just think I take Matt Stafford over Jimmy G all day.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
But
The other positions,
I think the Niners got it.
Diesel's got the Niners though, so I like that. We're a little split in the group, and I wouldn't necessarily be completely shocked if the 49ers won this game at all. Because the Rams have not been that convincing.
The Niners have had the Rams number as much as they've had the Green Bay Packers number. They are running the NFC from a point of not very threatening stance. Like they just, I mean, they get into that game with Green Bay. They're like an 8.5 point underdog, and they beat them in the NFC Championship. Every single year they beat up on teams that they should lose to. You can never count them out. That's why it's still a good take. I got the Rams as being a more complete team right now. I'm going to run with what I know.
All right, gentlemen. So, last game of the week, we saved this one for last just because it's our hometown New England Patriots traveling over to Lambeau to face off against the Green Bay Packers. And, I mean, obviously with our quarterback situation and everything going on, not looking great with our quarterback, traveling to Lambeau. Packers, to me, have looked like they're getting better as a team each week. I don't see the Patriots stopping them this week at home, and I think the Packers win by more than one touchdown. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
And I don't even think when I say the Packers, last point here, when I say the Packers are going to win by more than one possession, I still don't think it's going to feel like a blowout. I think fucking Brian the Destroyer Hoyer, or Hoyer, whatever the bum's name is, I think he's going to honestly, like, he just manages games, and I think that's why he's still around, like, as a backup quarterback.
T. Higgins tonight.
Huh?
Anyone start T. Higgins tonight?
What happened?
59-yard touchdown for T. Higgins.
Love it. Because I did start him, you fucking loser.
All
right. Guys, what's your last take? Because we've been on here for a hot minute, so I want to kind of wrap this one up. What do you guys got here for the Patriots and Packers?
You go, Crow.
I got the Packers. I mean, I love Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback. I think he's a fucking stud.
You love his man bun, too.
You want to be Aaron Rodgers.
I love it. I would pay money out of my
To get the
do
same
not
haircut
watch
as Aaron
videos
Rodgers.
to just be in the same VIP section as this guy. Like he's a stud. He's got he's got the ayahuasca going. He's got the hair flow going. He's got this man suns his butthole. What is that not to like? Like everything
What was
he
that?
does is absolute primal, and we love to see that. But at the end of the day, the reason why I'm going with the Packers is just what Nelson just said. They're getting better every week. When we saw them in the first week, they looked pathetic as we thought they would when there's a very young receiving core. Love Christian Watson long term. Didn't think he was going to be able to stand up and be Devontae Adams this year, obviously. But he's started slow. I think that he has the skills to be good. Lazard looked kind of solid in the last 2 weeks. We just got to get him going because of the injury. And I think that the biggest thing they have is Aaron knows how to throw his running backs, and AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones look great. They're going to win the game. I think that they should cover the 8.5. I think is the points that they're getting, which is kind of ridiculous. But I think they should still even cover that, just because Brian Hoyer is going to be throwing the ball, and the defense has not looked as dominant as we wanted them to be. I really thought Jabril Peppers was going to come in here and be that Rodney Harrison on the defense and start knocking people in their fucking mouth. He hasn't done it. I've seen more Kyle Duggar, who I also love, but he's not Jabril Peppers. He's not that type of guy that's going to come in and really change the dynamic. And if we end up seeing that, I won't be very disappointed, but I'm never going to take that in this type of take this week. I think that the Green Bay Packers roll over us and probably a 25-point win.
Holy shit.
Wow, Johnny.
Wow. So I'm going to probably say a 2 touchdown win for the Packers on this one. This is going to be the toughest game of my life to watch. I'm honestly not even looking forward to watch the Pats this weekend because it's just probably going to be.
We're going to get throttled.
I think it's going to be disaster.
Yeah.
I just don't like this at all, man.
It's going to be ugly, man.
So I'm taking the Packers, unfortunately, but it's not going to be fun. I'd rather just watch Red Zone, but I'm going to watch the Pats because I'm going to
watch Red Zone.
I'd at least
maybe peek at Pats.
Shall we?
I'd at least understand your reasoning for trying to take the Patriots with the points if it was a Mac Jones week. But, like, having him out, dude, what are we doing here? Like, we are not even – we're worse than the Seahawks without Mac Jones.
We're going to be pretty fucking good. We're going to be worse than the Seahawks. That's it. That's how we're going to wrap this episode up because we don't want to fucking talk anymore about the Patriots. We're not happy about it, but hey, maybe they...
That's what I'm going to do right there.
Doyle?
Boys,
can you hold your nooner up to me?
I love the Patriots.
Good episode, fellas.
Football. Everything's been kind of trash. I think
this is what I'll be doing a lot during the Pats game, drinking my sorrows away.
Drinking your nooners.
We're going to be back, boys. Just like the Celtics, we're going to be back eventually. We just got to weather the storm. Let's go New England.
And drink some fucking booze. Robbie, that's it. That's it for episode.
Get me out of here.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that football subscribe button and give us a little thumbs up.